guys, welcome to one of the fastest growing sports YouTube channels out there, Gold and Blue Dude. And yes, again, another car video. I hate them, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. News is leaking out that Kansas is indeed joining the Big Ten. I knew that all along. The biggest question is, who would they bring in with Kansas to join them in the Big Ten? Because they can't just add one member. That'd be an odd number. I think it's between Iowa State, Kansas State, and Oklahoma State. And here's how I would rank them. In third place or last place, Iowa State. They really don't bring anything. They do have an up-and-coming football program, but is it sustainable? Number 2, Kansas State. Now, they could be ranked higher because they do have a pretty good rivalry with Kansas, so that might be worth some value right there. But I think the best team to add with Kansas to the Big Ten would be Oklahoma State. I think it would extend their footprint. They could play Nebraska, Wisconsin, Minnesota, all those Big Ten West teams if they stayed in East and West divisions. I think Oklahoma State and Kansas make the most sense. Now, definitely TCU, Baylor, Texas Tech, none of those teams would even make any sense, so they're not in the discussion. But as far as a valid argument for a team to come in with Kansas, it would be Oklahoma State, and they are AAU accredited. That's a big deal to the Big Ten. If people don't realize this, Oklahoma State is the second winningest team in the Big 12 since the last merger, right behind Oklahoma. And Oklahoma went to the SEC, so after that happens, technically Oklahoma State would be the winningest program in the Big 12 since the merger. So that's another feather they can put in their hat. So if I were to bet on this, I think the Big Ten will bring in Kansas and Oklahoma State. But still, Kansas State and Iowa State are not out of the picture. But Kansas is looking like they're definitely going to the Big Ten. We'll see who they bring along with them. And we'll see if this Pac-12 and Big 12 merger comes to fruition. Because West Virginia is going to the ACC, Oklahoma and Texas are to the SEC, and I think Kansas and Oklahoma State will be going to the Big Ten. So that leaves Kansas State, Iowa State, TCU, Baylor, Texas Tech. And probably one of those teams would be left out, unless they could bring in a Boise State. We'll see. A lot of things up in the air. But the biggest news is the news leaking about Kansas going to the Big Ten. That's all I got for you for this show. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on my next show.